But this one's going to be the final match in regards to points that are going to count towards the overall ranking, and then we are going to have a show match at the end. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's going to be Livik, but I'm intrigued to see how Miramar is going to be playing here. I know this is your favorite map.
Yeah, huge fan of this map. A lot of terrain to be covered, and it's going to be sped up a lot. It's obviously an 8x8 map. It has the most playable terrain of any of the maps that we are playing. So we have to really see what these teams they are focusing on when they do this, and how they're going to be playing this one out. 12 teams only on such a huge map. And we have a northeast to southwest plane path, so a lot of the northwestern area is not going to be reachable unless you take a car. Here on screen, most simulations is Revo and Carrillo, 11 each, tied, and Race really close after that one with 10. And now here the Afterparty Showdown points total so far 58, 45, 42, 40. It's kind of close still. Also Stalwart, of course, with 37. It's kind of close towards the top, but a 13-point lead right now. Alpha 7 down to Falcons is quite impressive.
Very, very close. I mean, first place is going to get 60,000. Second place is going to get 55,000. Third place, 50,000. And it keeps going down from there.
I'll just continue all the way down.
And then all the way down to 12, which they're still going to be able to get 13,000.
Yeah, it's crazy. 13,000.
And that's not.
It should have been 12, right? It would have been perfect. Ooh. 12 plays, 12,000. Yeah. That's kind of a nice one. No, but they get 13. Just an extra grand there. And as you see here on the screen, knockouts as well. Mafioso, Revo, 13 and 10. Alpha 7 really dominating leaderboards in all possible ways. Nade limits, though, Raze has been impressive. Loxy in second place there with 2. So quite crazy. This first circle is bigger than I expected, actually. A lot of space for all these teams here. I'm not expecting too many crazy things to happen just off the bat. But let's see who the teams are going to be the first to be eliminated.
I am intrigued to see who's going to be getting that first element. Who's going to be getting that hot drop. I think it took 5 minutes, Adventure. I was going back and thinking about this. It took 5 minutes for somebody to get the first element in Sanhok. Is it going to be a little bit faster here? Just stay tuned. We're going to end up finding out. And while you're at it, keep an eye out for the PMWI gun skins and outfits. There's a PMWI package are on sale for a limited time. And you can also win PMWI treasure crates if you play PUBG Mobile during PMWI. And while you're at it, watch PMWI together in Game Esports Center with your friends to win PMWI special sets. Ooh,
all right.
SUG.
SUG and
very close.
Yeah. Having fun with that one here. That's like they're super far away from each other, and Al-Azhar, the question is, do they engage? I see one player that is kind of far away from the other one, and as you see here down left, the PMWI gun skin and outfit, it is on sale still, so go and grab that while you still can. Bigatron able to close this one out here. Picardo obviously a huge one, and we have Luxy and Soxy, the famous twins, on screen. SK Ton here. I wish he was called Stockton because that's a great name as well. Silas pushing him. Ooh, Silas did not know that he was here, but has a Vector in hand. He has a 3 helmet and a 1 vest. He kind of wants to be hit in the head, rather. Nature coming out. The trading, I think Silas pulled it out earlier. He's jumping off that one. He's going to try to pre-nade that corner. Does take some damage here. They're trading nades around the corner. Silas with another nade in hand.
And I'm surprised the RA player wasn't able to get that knock. I think both of them were not expecting it. The RA is stunned. He was just waiting patiently, laying down, and then Silas was like, "Oh, I'm getting shot. You know what? I'm just gonna head back a little bit more, wait for my players to just push up."
SK Ton has a 3 helmet too. He's pushing with the 2 vest, so technically he does have the upper hand in case they are shooting at the same time. Kalsi is helping from the high ground with this mini. That is quite impressive. He put some damage onto Prestige, who's on the backside of that warehouse. He sees him. Oh, more shots are coming in. I think could be Banda. Some of the other guys helping. Oh, okay, connecting a headshot on him on that old 1 helm. Oh, look at that.
Ida.
Beautiful there from ID7.
Silas does end up getting knocked and eliminated. We do have the first elimination here within before 5 minutes. Okay, we got that out of the way. You can see Skyton being able to get the first elim there. $2,000. That's just crazy. It makes me wish that I was a pro player and being able to play. But guess what? Hamsi is going to try to make a push here on one of the RA players. Nope, never mind. He's going to decide to back off a little bit. It's not going to be able to cover him anymore. Remember, he did end up getting shot by Ida. He is going to play a lot slower in SG. 1 man down. How are they going to be approaching this? They They were being very aggressive earlier. Racy, you can see them trying to throw a grenade. Is he going to be able to connect?
Ooh,
He is able to connect a little bit. But Kasi also getting some knocks. So 9-7. Now the tables have turned. 9-7 almost knocked him earlier.
Oh,
and guess what? Ray
Race
getting the shotgun and the finish right there. Bandar getting the knock now on Hamsi. And the finish can be a 2v3 if RA is going to be able to get this pickup. And I think SCG, yeah, I think this would be the best choice. Just back off. You don't really need to continue on with that fight. What you guys might have been hoping for to happen with the first elim has already happened. So don't get eliminated this early on.
Yeah, and especially for this situation here now, SCG with one guy on the high ground, Calcy, and Raze on the low ground, they're going to have a hard time just getting together in this situation. They're obviously a big map here, so they do need a vehicle of some sort to make this macro rotation that they want to do. It looks like Race is just running up. He's running up. He's just trying to completely disengage from this fight. Calcy, the guys have made a call. All right, let's disengage. Let's get away and just try to survive this man as a 2 and salvage a little bit of points if possible. Again, map, huge map, a lot of terrain that they can potentially hide in. Hamodi with a first aid pickup here from Nick with Galaxy. All 4 guys strong, looking good for them. They are on the edge of the circle there in El Paso.
And with Miramar, I mean, 12 teams, we're going to go from 18 teams to just 12 teams. This is going to just slow it down a lot, and I'm intrigued to how some of the other teams are going to be rotating, what they're also going to be doing. You see Alpha 7 currently right now at the top. What are they going to be able to do? Mafioso, I mean, who was it? Carrillo? He had 11 elims, and one of the other players too had 11 elims. I feel like when Alpha 7 pops off, usually Carrillo is attached to that. So good to see that he's currently wanting to perform here on the PMWI after party. Top shooting at a bush right now, trying to see if his aim is going to be locked in. And talking about Carrillo, there you go. You're going to see Rod, a team that has been very, very quiet with Rod, but so far, I feel like they are able to squeeze some points here and there.
Yeah, exactly. Carrillo and the buggy trying to move in early. 3 vest on the body. That's good to see. 7 grenades on Carrillo. That is crazy. The other guys are also moving. He's trying to just get some information here on the high ground. And I like to see that they're locking that down early on. It is far away in the zone, but the high ground here you can't get a lot of information from.
We were wondering if some of the match rewards were going to change how some of the teams were going to be playing. The circle does end up shifting north. Demon Kia starting to make the push up north. But what I was going to say, I think we just got our answer right there. Carrillo with 7 grenades. I don't think that's usually something that we tend to see out of just one player, maybe out of a whole team, but just one player. And as I was talking about there earlier, most eliminations, Revo and Carrillo, 11 apiece. And if they continue, if nobody stops this momentum for Alpha 7 between those 2 players,
they're
just going to keep battling each other. And I know those 2 players, and I know they definitely have egos, and they're going to be wanting to one-up each other.
For sure. And now with this circle here on the northern side, going in early, and circle moves earlier, it's faster, and it's potentially later going to be smaller. So let's see what the teams decide to do in these cases here. The circle is closing in just less than 10 seconds. C7C in the distance, and Bigatron here on screen misery.
Bigatron trying to figure out. They are going to be seeing 7Cs rotating there towards the north of them. Deadeye is currently trying to start the rotation as well towards this circle. You see Enigma Galaxy, everybody. That circle is going to be closing in a lot faster. This is a Miramar that they're not used to playing. They're not going to be able to be as patient. I can hear the crowd too screaming in the background. The crowd, by the way, has been absolutely great so far. Last week and this week, good to see that they showed up to support their local teams in Team Falcons and RA Esports.
Yeah, exactly. Rauf, Enigma Galaxy getting into the zone just now, coming out of El Paso. These guys have a long distance to go in. And it's funny to see where these guys are going to be teaming. I love the support that we're getting out of the crowd. That's fantastic. Vampire on screen. PMWI 2022 champions coming out of Thailand. And exactly these guys are going to be moving in early as well, trying to get some better locations. They actually already have a decent spot inside the circle, but they want to get further north and want to take more terrain for them.
I'm looking at something here within this circle, and it's something that I'm not used to seeing, and it's all the teams, except for some teams currently making their rotations, are literally just in a straight line right down the middle of the circle, which is something I have never seen before. Now you see Damwon.CEST. Damwon.CEST actually making a very, very wide rotation, trying to go now towards the north. I think they might try to push to La Cobreria and try to reach the circle from there. They are rolling vehicles, and this is what I was talking about. You can see just a straight line down the middle. There is some teams now starting to make their way towards the side of the circle, but they're currently, everybody's just waiting to see where this is going to go. And the split right now from Alpha 7 is interesting. Carrillo very, very far away from his teammates. You see Mythic, Revo, and Mafioso towards the top at the north. That's something that, I mean, the north control did end up helping out Damwon.CEST earlier on. And with this circle, what a shift. I'm interested to see what Damwon.CEST is going to end up doing now. I think they're going to realize that. They're going to start going back down and try to make a push through power grid. What a crazy shift.
Center onto San Martin. It's actually tiny compared to the last circle here. So a lot of teams have to move on early if they want to get any terrain of that. And also, we could potentially see an urban ending. Shots are coming out from Damar towards Vampire, doing a lot of damage onto those vehicles. The Bronco is taking more damage than the Boss, so it's definitely good that they're focusing that. The Boss is almost a tank. Does go slower, so obviously the focus is on that. Ooh, yeah, he's going to jump out. He does not want to continue in that vehicle for sure. More Vampire guys are trying to just sweep back down towards that circle and try to get inside that new circle. But a lot of teams are on that southern side of the new circle, so there's going to be a lot of fights for these compounds, Seven.
And I think Damar just realized that one of the other teams, 7Cs, is going to be very close to them. They decide to start positioning themselves a little bit different. Yusef still, whichever vehicle passes by, whether it's Rod or whether it's Vampire Esports, they're going to get some bullets onto them. You can see Damar trying to cover up Powerful a little bit. Powerful needs to be careful. 7Cs is very close by. They could end up getting an angle on them. 7Cs being very patient. Falcons never alone, getting 2 knocks right there from Rod. Can they get the finish, or is 7Cs going to be able to steal this? Damar does end up getting the finish on Munir, and I think he's going to be able to get the finish on another player too. Meanwhile, Star Wars Esports knocking down Suxy, and Jen Frost being able to knock some of the players down from Rod. Just absolute madness. There's so many teams alive right now. The circle, as you mentioned earlier, is so small. It's going to just open up the door for a lot of third party. And 7C is now starting to realize, hey, you know what? We might be able to actually steal some Illims here from some of these teams with all the damage that Team Falcons is currently being able to do. Luxy throwing a nade, not being able to connect onto anybody. I think this is going to be the replay right here from Powerful. And also from its other team, it's just not getting all those knocks. 3 players out of Rod, that's going to feel good for that team.
Yeah, Forever Alone was actually the guy that got those, but we saw Powerful's point of view in that case. Luxy is relocating this bus here with the smoke. He wants to maybe potentially get a little bit deeper or onto a different angle. Starboard has a lot of control on that southern side of that new circle. The question is, do they try to make a fight for it, or are they trying to push the other guys away? Yeah, it's in this case, a lot of peacocking. They want to puff themselves up and make sure nobody else tries to push them in this situation, right? You want to really try to maintain control of that because it is dead center right now and almost guaranteed to be inside this next circle, 7.
Yeah, we were talking about urban finishes last week. We might end up getting our wish here.
Oh, yes, I wish.
A crazy, crazy urban finish in San Martin, and I'm kind of hoping for it. We do see Team Falcons. I mean, 7Cs, these 2 teams are currently being able to coexist. And we do have a crazy shift towards west, south. And yeah, just there's still some urban there, but yeah, I don't think it would end up getting the urban ending.
We have to get a Damwon.CEST hard shift 3 times back to back for it to go up there. But the question is, what does the teams that are outside do now? A lot of teams could be sweeping in and try to get into that backside because you kind of want to stay away from the north, right? It's like at least 80% chance that it's going to stay on the south side if you look at the size of the circle and where that road is. You don't want to have to cross that road later. So it's basically it's a Hail Mary if you go into the city and just try to survive. The other team should be trying to rotate in behind and kind of sweep in behind on that southern side.
Yeah, as we're saying, that 7C is now starting to make the push. And Mythic being able to knock Junie from Damwon.CEST. We are seeing S2G getting shot at by Enigma Galaxy. They do end up doing some damage on him, but Hamodi backing up a little bit, and Alpha 7.
Oh,
Damwon.CEST.
They're so
They
low.
were getting pushed by Alpha 7. He does end up getting a both knock from Damwon.CEST. They're not able to make the final push there, even though in a way that we're blessed by those zones, it ends up backfiring, and I think it has to be with Alpha 7 just making them push out of the area that Dem1Kia was trying to control.
Lord taking some fire from Stalwart. Stalwart still in a really good high ground spot, as you see on the screen right there. A lot of control they're able to do. They just need to, a little bit later, need to focus. Oh, nice shots. Pika taking down Lord. Need to focus on the teams pushing in from the east side so they can control that high ground and not be filled. Swept from the back. More shots coming in. Pika taking down Freak with a headshot and the mini. Crazy amount of shots coming out of Pika right now, and so much damage onto Enigma.CEST.
Pika with some great accuracy right there, and I think he's going to be looking to get some more people. You can see Stalwart Esports is taking full control of this height advantage. They are aware that 7Cs is going to be pushing up to them at some point. They are able to spot somebody there from Team Falcons, and yet the knock is not Team Falcons powerful, just being able to slightly get out of the way and ultimately not end up getting knocked. And on the horizon from 7Cs, actually towards the more towards the south of them, they need to be careful because Vampire Esports is going to end up making some kind of push. They are positioning themselves right now. And talking about Vampire Esports, they are able to spot one player from Bigatron, and they are going to be pushing this. They know how big the high ground can be here in Miramar.
Yeah, exactly. This control could be crucial for them, but they are outside the zone. Misery has to relocate from this. He cannot engage without potentially going down to the circle. It is also circle 4. So it's closing fast, and it's going to do a little bit more damage. As you see here, a lot of teams are on the northern side still, or around the center. A lot of space on that south. Alpha 7 trying to control some. Oh, it's a western shift. Still has a little bit of the road in, but Enigma.CEST with the last compound from inside San Martin, and Alpha 7 with that western control could potentially have another great Game 7.
Yeah, and we're going to see so many crazy shifts right here. I mean, we're seeing it right now. We're talking about a Stalwart Esports. We're going to be able to spot 7Cs. Rod is currently eliminated, and Team Falcons, they are going to try to find a way to get into their circle. It's going to be crazy rotations, and I think a lot of these teams are going to be getting gate kept by Stalwart Esports. You see a nade there by Damar. Meanwhile, Stalwart Esports is just looking at all of this, and guess what? They're trying to third party. I think Damar was able to get that.
Yeah, $2,000. So this first special elimination with the nade, that's great. Now Misery is going to be doing some lot of damage. Oh, it's 2 stopped with the return headshot onto Misery. Now the guys from Bigatron, they're going to have to consider, are we going to try to res him? I don't think it's happening. The circle's already moving. They're going to have to move too. Loxy, last player. Nope. Vampire's just trying to move in, and Loxy's just going to try to get more eliminations out of this one. Ravenclaw taking the boss. A lot of damage is ticking from that zone right now.
That's where I'm going to be looking at the replay there. Damar with that first good nade, and being able to get pretty much 2 players while he's at it. So he's not just going for the first elimination, he's also trying to go for the most special eliminations, which is going to be 5K. That is,
2K.
Yeah. 2K.
Yeah,
No,
both of them are 2K.
Okay. Nice, nice.
Oh.
7Cs does end up getting eliminated there by Team Falcons. Vampire Esports, Ravenclaw ends up getting knocked too. You can see now Stalwart Esports also trying to make a push there towards the circle. Just absolute madness right now going on with this. With the shift that we ended up getting, Dem1Kia only has 2 players. They ended up getting just caught on the rotation by Enigma.CEST earlier.
It kind of gives it away, right? Because he's hiding in the bush, but there's a big orange car just next to it. People are going to be like, there's a guy over there for sure. Shreps taking some shots towards Loxy and Bigatron. Stalwart also close to it. He's trying to send it, but Stalwart is trying to defend. This is a really good dip he has, but it's outside the zone, and he's going to be pushed here just in 60 meters. It is pushing closer. Loxy's trying to get the most out of this one. He's going to have a hard time. He's going to have to smoke just now. Circle is doing a lot of damage already, taking so much. He's trying to get some first aid off of that body. He's going to have to heal already just now. Stalwart inside the circle. Next circle, as you see on screen, is going to pop soon. Nobody's really taking that center control except for Enigma.CEST. The next circle is going to shift, and it's a northwestern shift. It is crazy. It's maintaining 50% of the road right straight through the middle. That's crazy. Deadeye guys taking some damage here. Chari is Alpha 7 putting in some damage towards them.
Alpha 7 currently has 1 player down in Revo. Luxy, you can see, he's still trying to make his way into the circle. He is healing. He is going to be able to maybe spot some people from Stalwart Esports after he gets in. He might be able to get some extra points for his team in regards to just eliminations, but they need to... ultimately, he ends up getting just eliminated there by this zone. Luxy not really being able to do much there for Bigatron. Meanwhile, Vampire Esports getting shot at by Stalwart Esports. These two teams, I know I mean, from what we saw last week, they really, really want to get at each other. And if they're going to get a chance, they're going to see if maybe they can eliminate each other. Alpha 7 able to revive the player that was down earlier in Revo. And this is going to be an interesting rotation because they're going to be pushing into R8. And all the players are going to just have to be just having amazing chemistry to try to make that push and worry about all these teams. Vampires will ultimately get eliminated by Dead Eyes.
Yeah, Dead Eyes guys, they get another one for that. Revo and the guys from Alpha 7, good command and control. Stalwart is under so much pressure from multiple angles. Action goes down. The other guys try to move with the vehicle. They're going to be sending it towards Livik.CEST, potentially crashing this apartment block. Top, a lot of damage. It's going to be an explosion, and that is Stalwart out in 6th place, eliminated by Enigma Galaxy. Super well played and defended here by them.
Enigma Galaxy. I mean, so far, they really haven't had to do crazy rotations, but they are being able to hold off the compounds that they are in. You can see Mythic, they're being able to connect one Dead Eyes with the nade. Dead Eyes are almost getting some action on Mythic back, trying to do that trade. He's not going to be able to. He is going to throw the nade. That nade is actually looking promising. Mythic is able to heal himself just in time to not get knocked. And you can see Enigma Galaxy Freak there, being able to spot some players from Dead Eyes. He's going to be able to get that finish, and Dead Eyes is trying to hop on that vehicle and get out of there. Can he make that full rotation? Can he actually maybe run over a player? No, he's not. He's too much. There's just so much going on there within those.
Yeah. Turulov gone down. Alpha 7 are maintaining control of that southwestern side. Enigma Galaxy have had the blessing and support by this apartment block, and now R8 with just 2 guys alive. They're trying to see if they can survive this. Enigma Galaxy is going to have to push out soon. They potentially could have done this a little bit earlier. This could be rough for them. Damage is coming in. Raouf goes down. Mythic finds another one.
Mythic being able to find that knock, that's going to be huge. It's going to allow Alpha 7 to just move up very slowly. They need to be careful with RA. I think RA might have been able to spot him. You can see his Prestige right there, trying to see if we was going to be able to get a knock. Mythic ultimately being able to finish off Raouf and getting those elimination points. And guess what? Fabian might be the savior from Damwon Kia, might be the savior for Alpha 7 if he's able to spot some of the R8 players and start raining some shots on them. This is going to be a hard rotation from R8 Esports and also Damwon Kia.
Yeah, Damwon Kia has to eventually give up their information and give it to R8. The question is, can Fabian maybe rat them and get those 2 knocks and eliminations? That could be another point for the placement and 2 points for the elims. That would be huge. Alpha 7 looking good right now. Only 4 eliminations for them, but still they have a lot of control right now over that circle. I think the Galaxy is forced to move out. Mythic could potentially be naded a little bit here. The other guys are... Oh, that was important to survive that. Yep.
The Alpha 7 players are just getting super lucky right now, being able to just evade on some bullets. And as I say, that Mythic does end up getting knocked. And I think he is going to end up getting finished there by Freak. But it could have been a lot worse there for Alpha 7. Hamodi does end up making a push. Who's going to be able to get some knocks here? Hamodi does end up getting knocked by Revo. Freak just laying back and waiting patiently. So Revo's going to be throwing some grenades. They're able to spot Mafioso. Mafioso currently out with the sniper at this close range. What a madman.
And also for this, if they are able to close this... Ooh, no. Alpha 7 is turning this around. That could be huge. Is that it? That is it. Enigma Galaxy out in 4th place. Super well played by Alpha 7. R8 down to just 1 guy. And also, Damwon Kia could potentially take this 2nd place as Fabian is able to clutch this one. Bandar trying to nade it. He's taking more damage. He's taking him down. Huge for Damwon Kia, but Alpha 7 close it out.
Ultimately, Alpha 7 just too strong, being able to just make their way into the circles, make sure that they destroy any team that was in front of them. That's going to be a chicken dinner right there for Alpha 7, an extra 10K. Overall, I want to say congratulations, Damwon Kia.